can install fan now? Of course. The pull chain on the Hunter that was here went out, and it was a cheap piece of junk. So, and it's ugly, so I figured let's just replace it. This room here, there's the ladder. The main switch for the fan is here. It's, as you could see by up there, there's a black, a white, a red, and a ground because there's a separate light switch up in here. So this is for the light, and then it's a 3-speed control for the fan, which is nice. Conveniently, the Hunter broke on the off position, although the Hunter is right there. Let's see, these switches in here, this one is normally for the canned lights, and then this one with the dimmer is for the sconces. Over here, this one, I think it's the far one, right? Yeah, far one is for the fire, which we haven't used in like a month. And then if we had a blower, that would be, I presume, for the blower. But the blower on this is broke. And then over here, there's more switches. Let's see, I don't ever remember what these do because I don't use them. Oh yeah, so the far one is for the island lights. The close one and this one are for recessed lights and the sconces, except there's no dimmer on that one. There's a lot of two-way switches here. So this is a project I'm doing. I initially wanted to go for a vintage fan, but my mother is very particular about what she likes. Oh yeah, if I didn't mention, I'm kind of glad that they have a wall control because these are 10-foot ceilings, I believe, throughout the whole first floor, so it's nice to not have to reach up there because normally I couldn't reach it anyway with just pull chain. Anyway, I wanted to go for a vintage one, but my mother is extremely particular about what she doesn't like. She does not like anything with cane, anything with stencil, anything with dark-colored blades, like wood from like the 80s. She does not like downrod fans. She likes huggers, except I explained to her that a hugger would basically just do jack shit here. She does not like, her number one most hated thing on fans is globes that show the bulb. Anything that shows the bulb, she absolutely despises. She hates lights that show the bulb. I mean, it's can light, but like fixtures. So, and she doesn't like globes on fans that hang down low, like the Casablanca in her bedroom. She hates that, although she agreed to leave that fan because it's vintage. She likes globes like this one, where it's shallow. And that's the Hunter. Didn't even bother taking the blades off because who cares? So then I was like, alright, I don't think I'm going to be able to do a vintage one because that involves waiting and searching and seeing what comes up on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and yada yada yada. It's going to be easier just to purchase a new one. I initially wanted a Hunter because they're pretty good, but knowing the quality I've had with 4 or 5 newer Hunters over the past couple years, I kind of was scared away from them, especially their prices. Wanted to go for a Channing, if you know what those look like, because I like those. Probably I would have done oil rubbed bronze in here. Oh, that's another thing. She doesn't like anything brass or black. She likes white. That's about it. So I was like, all right, let me find a fan that she likes that I would agree on. So I went to Hampton Bay, which is Home Depot's brand. Harbor Breeze I ruled out almost immediately too because, well, I had one and it lasted all of 2 days before it smelled like it was on fire, so I went away from that. However, with Hampton Bay, my grandparents have 2 Huntingtons and 3 Bridgetons from the 2000s, like 2003 or 4, maybe even, well, not 5, it's older than that. Those things have been on 24/7 ever since, never off, low, reverse in the winter, and low on forward in the summer, sometimes even medium, and they still work. So maybe Hampton Bay has something for them. So I finally found one that she liked, that I liked, we agreed on, and we bought it. Bought it yesterday, we ordered it to the house, and it came today, which it was projected for tomorrow, so I guess that's good. Anyway, I got the Hampton Bay Gazebo 2 in white. Like I said, I would have gone for a bronze, however, my mother doesn't like that. This is actually an indoor-outdoor fan, which means that theoretically you could spray it with a hose and it should be fine. But this has all of the things my mom likes, and it's not overly modern. It looks more traditional. Quiet motor technology, white finish, outdoor area rated. It can use 2 9-watt LED bulbs. Depending on how bright those are, I might just use those, even though I don't like LEDs. Maximum airflow of 4,800 CFM. And then it shows that you can mount it differently if you want. You can mount it close to the ceiling, but that's not going to do much here. So, yeah, this is what the box is. That's covering our address because it was shipped here. It actually has some weight to it, so it might not be a total piece of junk. Review seems relatively good. I'm not going to show the unboxing here, but if you would like to see the unboxing, I will film it and upload it as an unlisted video that you can check out in the description. And the other thing about this that I kind of like is that I already mentioned it's more traditional. It looks like an older fan than it is, other than the blades being, you know, curvy, I guess. It's not modern, and it looks more vintage, which I like, and it's not brushed nickel, which that's another thing. You could get 4 colors on these. White, obviously, natural iron, which is black with like brown blades, weathered bronze, and then brushed nickel. I wanted to get the natural iron. That's what I like. I prefer that. It looked really good. My mom didn't like it. My dad liked the weathered bronze, which I despised. Maybe it's because the blades were like red. And then I absolutely cannot stand brushed nickel. It sucks. So white it is because my mom likes it, so that's what we got. This was $99.97, I believe. However, they mark up the weathered bronze and the brushed nickel, I believe, because they know that's what people are usually going to get. So it was $99.97. We also bought the $12 protection plan for 2 years from Home Depot. After the warranty on this expires, we have 2 more years, $12. What's weird is that Hampton Bay fans are known to have a limited a lifetime motor warranty, so I don't know how that's going to work. Oh well, it'll save us if we need it. If we get a lemon, hopefully not though. Let's pray. And altogether, $12 plus taxes, it came out to be about $117 that we paid out of pocket. So, should be a pretty good fan. I will film the unboxing, but if you're just watching this, we'll just go straight to putting it up. The screws that I use to put it up are right here. And these are just the screws. And then the box that's up there is, in fact, fan rated. So, don't yell at me that it's not, because it is. Motor installed now. It's the difficult part. Believe it or don't, I actually managed to fit all of the wires in there without cutting them. Twice. Because, like a typical cum shot bitch, I forgot to put the trim ring on. Remember to put that on, but forgot to put the trim ring on. So, yeah. Now, alternatively, let me do this one-handed. Yeah, it could have been mounted, like, without the trim ring, but I didn't want the screws to be seen. You can see the thing through there, and I have, let me see, yep. This would have to be sealed if it was for water, but it's not outside, so it doesn't matter. This thing fucks me to tears. It took me an hour, I don't even know when I started. It's been like an hour since I did that, just because I had to do it twice. And the fact that the second time, see, the first time, naturally, everything went as planned. Of a fucking course, the second time, it took me 15 minutes to get all the screws in, right? So that's motor installed now, and I'm pretty sure it comes with a delete plate if you didn't want the light kit, but we're putting the light kit on because my mom wants it. Can put blades on fan now. 2 blades on. Blades installed now. This one actually has screws on the top, which I actually like, as opposed to the stupid fucking clicking shit that this one had. Doesn't hold, not strong enough, and they droop. So they actually did this one right, and I'm glad it has screws, even though it takes more time to put on. So that's nice. Bulbs installed now. Fan installed now. There it is. Have not tested it. I just turned the power on. Shit all over the couch. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn these both on at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Nothing happened. Okay. I think... Oh yeah, that's plenty bright enough. Those are the LEDs, they work, alright? Here we go. Wow, that actually pushes decent air. Wobbles just a little bit. It's because the blades are difficult to put on. I doubt we'll use it on high much anyway. That is a lot of air. Let's see here. I would say this is definitely more powerful than the Hunter. And let's do low. So I want to get a feel for this. It does come with extensions to put on the chains, but I'm not putting them on because since we use the wall control, it doesn't really matter if they're on there anyway. The chains that are there are what's on the fan. They go through little slots. I'm trying to get a good feel for what the low is. I would assume that's probably it. So now what we'll do is we'll turn these off. We will set the light to on and the fan to high. We'll slow this down and stop. Reverse switch is interesting. It's rubberized. It works, but it's odd because it's like rubberized. Okay. Let's see now. Have this set to high. Actually, we'll do low. Light. And there's the low. I'm going to let it spin up. The LEDs actually don't have much of a delay, which is nice. There it is on the full low. Looks like it is moved like the slightest bit. I'm not worried about that. So that's the low, which isn't bad. Probably going to use it in reverse though for most of the winter. There is a delete plate on it, so you could install it without a light, which I probably would have done for this room because there's already the canned lights and these. So even without the fan light, that seems plenty bright enough, at least to me. But my mother wanted the light on the fan, so it's there. So there you have it. That is our new Hampton Bay fan. And yes, we can install fan now. The bulbs that are in there, which are just these 60-watt Eco Smart bulbs, but they only use 9 watts. So theoretically, we could put regular bulbs in, but I'm not really worried because, like I said, this light probably isn't going to be used too often. So yeah, it doesn't really concern me that they're LEDs. You can see it in there. I would be willing to bet that you can see it from the road, which is cool.